The lawyers for two Reuters journalists jailed in Myanmar lodged an appeal on Friday at the country's Supreme Court. The appeal is against their conviction on charges of breaking the Official Secrets Act, for which reporters Wallon and Cho So-u were sentenced to 7 years in jail.
We didn't do anything wrong.
The lawyers cited evidence of a police setup and lack of proof of a crime. In a statement, Reuters said, "Our petition asks the Supreme Court to finally provide justice to Wallon and Cho So-u, reverse the lower court's errors, and order the release of our journalists."
I tried to be strong.
The two reporters were convicted by a lower court in September in a landmark case that's raised questions about Myanmar's progress towards democracy and sparked an outcry from diplomats and human rights advocates. The journalist's lawyer spoke outside the court.
The utmost advantage for us is to set aside the finding of the lower courts and to acquit the two accused, Wallon and Cho So-u. That is the most favorable decision we are hoping.
The government's spokesman, Zaw Tae, couldn't be reached for comment. Before their arrest, Wallon and Cho So-u had been working on a Reuters investigation into the killing of 10 Rohingya Muslim men and boys by security forces and Buddhist civilians. It took place during an army crackdown that began in August 2017. According to UN estimates, that operation has sent more than 730,000 Rohingya fleeing to Bangladesh. Separately on Friday, a Myanmar policeman who told a court last year how officers planted documents on the reporters in order to entrap them was released from jail early on good behavior. Shortly after his court appearance last April, he was sentenced to prison for violating the Police Disciplinary Act by having previously spoken to Wallon. His family was also evicted from police housing in the capital Naypyidaw. Last month, a high court in Yangon rejected the reporters' first appeal, saying the two had behaved in a way showing they intended to harm the country. In response to that ruling, U.S. Vice President Mike Pence said on Twitter, the decision was deeply troubling and showed Myanmar's courts, quote, failing a basic test in democracy.